Welcome into the bunker of General Gridiron, field marshal of football forecasting. We're about to map out the way this college football weekend is gonna go. Will your favorite team be marching to victory, or will the enemy be taking your battle flag? The college football regular season fun continues as the 12 days of Christmas is kicking into high gear. Santa's got plenty of good games lined up for you this football Saturday, so don't be naughty. Now, ready to get to the picks? I thought so. Grab your helmet and man those battle stations. We're ready for another round of General Gridiron's football foretelling. Wisconsin at Iowa. The number 25 Badgers, fresh off a beating at home to the hottest Big Ten team of 2020, the Hoosiers, hits the road to corn country in a date with the number 19 men of Iowa City. Both teams missed out on punching a ticket to Indianapolis. Those brainiac Purple Cats are heading there to face the Ohio State. So, a battle for Big Ten West second placeness will be up for grabs in the shadows of Iowa Children's Hospital. Kirk Ferentz, who's withstood assaults on and off the field this year, should be up for some type of honor for his resiliency, and that toughness pays off Saturday afternoon when his angry birds fight their tuchus off for their coach. The Generals victor, Iowa. Washington at Oregon. Riding a 2-game losing streak into this border war rivalry with their neighbor to the north, the 3-2 Oregon Ducks are in desperate need of home cooking Saturday on the left coast. UW arrives for this top 25 Pac-12 North game ready to put a halt to the Duckies' current 2-game win streak over them. In fact, the team that defines uniform variety has conquered 14 of the last 16 contests over the big dogs. Somehow, that Pacific Northwest tenacity will come back around for the home team as running back Travis Dye will light up the yards. The Generals victor, Oregon. Georgia at Missouri. In his first season in the SEC, MU coach Eli Drinkwitz has the Midwest Cats at 5-3 and looking for a fantastic finish over these dogs and the Mississippi Canines the following Saturday. Way to go, coach. As UGA slobbers in from their Athens doghouse, confidence is high as new Georgia QB JT Daniels is zipping passes around the field better than he ever did in Tinseltown. This canine-feline fight will be a good one to tune in come high noon Eastern on the SEC Network, and the General thinks UGA will be seeking a vet when this one wraps. The Generals victor, Missouri in an upset. Cincinnati at Tulsa. Cincinnati meet Tulsa. Tulsa meets Cincinnati. Okay, good, because the two of y'all are going to get real familiar with each other. Not only are the Bearcats and Golden Hurricane playing this weekend at H.A. Chapman Stadium, they're going to be playing in a bigger game next Saturday, the American Athletic Conference Championship game. It'll be like deja vu all over again, especially if TU gets the upper hand. The winner this week gets to host the title game next week. So, count on Philip Montgomery's Captain Canes to come through so they won't need to pack their bags to three-way chilly country. The Generals victor, Tulsa. North Carolina at Miami. In most seasons, the kind of performance Ramesses and Sebastian both put out there on the gridiron would be enough to capture the ACC Coastal Division. But this season, the conference scrapped divisional play, so both the Heels and the U are on the outside looking in at Clemson and Notre Dame in the ACC title game. Considering Mac Brown and Sam Howell are way ahead of projections for UNC's football fortunes, Carolina fans need to treat this sojourn to South Florida as an early bowl game. Heck, it's only days away from the coveted New Year's lineup. The Canes are not going to be up for this so-called regular season bowl game, as the invaders from the north will be going for broke in this top 20 duel. The Generals victor, North Carolina in an upset. Ahead on General Gridiron, CBS Sports goes prime time for the SEC this week as the cameras will be rolling in Aggieland for Texas A&M's SEC West affair with the Mississippi Landsharks. Plus, for the first time since World War II, the Army-Navy game will be played at West Point's Mikey Stadium. Who wins? We'll tell you, so keep it locked here on General Gridiron. Howdy, soldiers. This is General Gridiron back with you. Each week, this fabulous football forecast is heard on some of the best radio stations the FCC has licensed. On WWIC AM 1050, Jackson County's home for Scottsboro Wildcats Radio and the Auburn Tigers in Scottsboro, Alabama. And KZLG FM 95.9, radio home of Bunkie Panther football in Marksville, Louisiana. We appreciate all of our radio affiliates. Now let's get back into the football fight. Mississippi at Texas A&M. Kellen Mond and the Ags are killing it. 7-1, ranked number 5 in the latest polls, and crossing their farmer's finger that a team above them gets seasick and drops a contest in the coming days. It could happen. Back in Aggieland one last time after an escape on the plains, the 12th man better not be thinking too far ahead as the Lane train pulls into College Station. This mess of Mississippi Landsharks seems to be high on offensive output, and if Jimbo Fisher's D can't find a stop, Matt will corral them all night during the CBS primetime showcase. But the maroon and white will come to fight. The Generals victor, Texas A&M. Michigan at Ohio State. The school up north and its embattled coach hit the horseshoe for what could be Jim Harbaugh's last game as Michigan's head man. It appears some of the NFL teams are willing to give the coach another shot at the professional level, and he ought to jump at that chance, especially considering his 2-4 Varmin have never beaten their Ohio rival in the 6 seasons he's guided the maize and blue. COVID got the best of Ryan Day last week, but the OSU head man ought to be out of quarantine in time to see his number 4 nuts annihilate Harbaugh and Michigan in the game. The Generals victor, Ohio State. Virginia at Virginia Tech. The sophisticated denizens of Charlottesville really don't like to go to that school beneath them for this fairly new ACC contest between in-Commonwealth opponents. Perhaps that's because the Hokie Birds whooped the Cavalier Fanny 15 straight seasons until 2019's 9-point UVA win in Charlottesville. The Gobblers want to commence a new victory streak against the Statesmen this Saturday, as both teams have endured mediocre seasons to date. A win here and the Christmas cheer will start early. Ho, 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 the Hokies get it done in this 102nd meeting of the two. The Generals victor, Virginia Tech captures the Commonwealth Cup. USC at UCLA. The victory bell's going to ring loud for one of these two Tinseltown behemoths at the wrap of Saturday's game. In olden days, the men of Troy and the men of Westwood had some real doozies, which often decided Pac-8, Pac-10, or Pac-12 titles, and often the national championship picture. The days of that kind of import in this game seem to be gone with the wind, and frankly, my dear, the Pac-12 as a whole has seen its aspirations for national respect burnt to the ground like Terra. In this Rose Bowl battle on ABC, the Big City Bears will get stage fright as the Compton Confederates ride in on Traveler and take control. The Generals victor, USC. Navy at Army. Attention to the order, attention to the order. President Donald Trump will be in attendance Saturday as the Midshipmen and Black Knights duke it out for the first time since 1943 at Michie Stadium on West Point's beautiful Post. In normal times, this is the only college football game played this second Saturday of December. Still, this is the most important rivalry game this Saturday and throughout the college football year. The Sailors have tried to salvage their ship all season long. They hit the high seas of the Hudson with a 3-6 tally. And on the other sideline, Jeff Munkin's 7-2 cadets are going to take advantage of this extremely rare home bout with USNA to show off in front of the 45th president. The Generals victor? Go Army as they beat Navy. We've already looked at the weekend's biggest battles across the nation, but hang on to your helmet, there's more around the corner. We'll be back in a moment to wrap up this week's General Gridiron with our rapid fire picks. This is General Gridiron back with you. We've already maneuvered through this weekend's frontline college football showdowns. Now it's time to fix bayonets and storm the field with our rapid-fire football forecast. Auburn ambushes Mississippi State. Florida bites LSU. Michigan State mauls Penn State. Hawaii gives UNLV the punch. Buffalo stampedes Akron. Duke defeats Florida State. Tennessee triumphs at Vanderbilt. Indiana obliterates Purdue. Baylor beats Oklahoma State. BYU rallies back versus San Diego State. Alabama rolls at Arkansas. Boise State saddles Wyoming. Oklahoma passes West Virginia. Houston claws its way to a win at Memphis. Wake Forest shows Louisville the good book. Texas embarrasses Kansas. UAB sneaks by Rice. Coastal Carolina keeps it going at Troy. Utah State plows over Colorado State. And TCU hops all over Louisiana Tech. Well, troops, you can now put your swords back in their scabbards. We're all out of picks on this Week 15 edition of General Gridiron. We'll be back again next week, same General Gridiron time, same General Gridiron station. So don't forget to tune us in on the radio, Facebook, YouTube TV, and at y'all.com, the ultimate guide to the South. And don't forget to tell your friends all about the show. Simply search for General Gridiron. This is John Rawl, the General of Gridiron Glory, thanking you for letting me be part of your weekend. General Gridiron is a production of y'all.com. For more, log on to the ultimate guide to the South.